A lot of the time, women grow up being told the man brings home all the money and the money was just not the woman's problem or the woman's business. That all you had to do was find a job you loved and let the man handle the rest. But I never saw it that way. I didn't want to have to ask permission to buy everything I wanted or have my whole life sitting in the hands of somebody else. I wanted to be able to easily cover my own rent, go on trips whenever and wherever I wanted. And I wanted to be the one my family can lean on instead of always being the one who needs help. And today, I live the life past anything I pictured back then. I close 5-figure deals for my laptop in whatever country I decide to wake up in. I can buy nice things without having to ask my man or anybody for money. And I take care of my family now, just as they always did for me before. All of it because I learned the one skill that lets women out-earn any man in just 3 simple steps. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly how to build your dream life using the 3 critical steps that I use in order to build mine. Step 1 is changing your psychology of how you think about money. And I think as a woman, this is super important because when we grow up, the people around us, they embed their opinions about money, which subconsciously, it actually shapes the way we see money today. You've probably heard terms like the rich people are greedy, or money doesn't grow on trees, or the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. But those beliefs, they linger and they don't always disappear within time. Whatever beliefs you currently have about money, deep inside your subconscious, you need to ask yourself, does having this belief serve me? Because those beliefs show up in how you act and how you value yourself every single day. You see, the beliefs around money are built from what you consume. And early on, that's our family or friends. But as we get older, that's the content we're consuming. And I pay attention to the content my man consumes, and they have way more of a variety of business content to choose from than us women do. So they're constantly consuming things that subconsciously rewire the way they think about money. But as women, we have to be way more intentional about it. And if you're not, it can hold you back. A lot of the girls I coach hold on to these subconscious beliefs that don't serve them. For example, one girl I was speaking to, she believed to her core that there is not an abundance of money in the world. And that is just so not true for so many different reasons. The government literally prints billions of dollars every single year out of thin air. So the money is out there for taking, you just need to learn which skills will allow you to take it. My point is, if you hold these harmful beliefs, you need to be aware of them so you can rewrite them in your mind. So that's step number 1. Rewriting your subconscious beliefs about money. But unfortunately, psychology alone doesn't put a single dollar in your account. Which brings me to step 2. How are you gonna actually make money, and how will you actually out-earn any man around you? And this is where every single one of us was told either by a parent or somebody else around us, really how they thought money is made, which is you go to college, you study hard, you get a degree, you get a job that's most likely a 9-to-5. And then you pray that you get promoted one day. Now, the interesting part is that not all of that is wrong, because if you want to be good in any field, you do have to work hard. But if you want to out-earn any man and be able to afford your own lifestyle, you have to not only work hard, you have to work smart. So let's reverse engineer this, because successful men understand that if you want to make good money, I'm talking 10, 20, 30K plus a month, you cannot do that if you're just getting paid on your time, because everybody's time is limited. So the successful people around you are actually getting paid for the value that they create. Because value, unlike time, has no ceiling, which is the entire reason people's income can climb without necessarily working more hours. So if you want to out-earn anyone by simply working harder or giving it more time, you've already lost, because you're competing on the one thing that runs out at the end of every single day, which is of course time. So how do you actually get paid for the value you create instead of the hours you put in? And the answer is a skill. Because when you are paid on the results instead of time, that ceiling that has been holding you down your entire life simply disappears. Now, there's a few skills that get you there, but the 2 main ones that you could be learning is marketing and sales. But the one that I picked and I've taught hundreds of other women to be successful within is sales. Because sales is the one skill that everything else in your life ends up sitting on top of. If you want to be taken more seriously when speaking, sales teaches you how to use your tonality and your words like a tool. If you want money coming in fast, this is the quickest way I've ever seen a complete beginner start earning real income with no degree and no audience behind her. And if you've ever pictured running your own thing one day, let's say a brand or a company or something that is fully yours, sales is the one thing the entire thing stands on, because every business starts with one person who can sell. And by the way, this is coming from somebody who never believed she could do any of this. I myself, I was an introverted girl who got nervous talking to strangers. I could literally barely get up in front of my class to speak. So if I can go from a girl who is scared of small talk and turn her into someone who closes deals from her laptop and out-earns almost every man she knows, then there is nothing about you that makes you the exception. So that is exactly why I tell every woman the same thing. Because it doesn't matter what you dream about, whether it's doing a brand of your own or a company or something else that you haven't even envisioned or pictured yet, if you learn sales first. And you learn sales first because it's the base that everything else on life gets built on top of, whether that's a business or just a normal everyday conversation that you're having. So that's step 2. You commit to one skill. But how do you actually learn it? And how does the whole thing actually work? Now that is step 3. Now I started learning sales in the most brutal, least girly way you could possibly think of. I was doing door-to-door sales. I was knocking on strangers' doors in the middle of summer, trying to sell them solar panels that they never asked for. Okay, my feet would be killing me 3 hours in. I was walking in rain, heat, crazy weather conditions, door after door after door, and half of them wouldn't even open the door, and if they did, a lot of the times I got a door slammed in my face. But on top of that, I was horrible. I was so bad when I first started. I would freeze. But over time, I became the top in my office. But anyway, that was a couple years ago. And the sales game now in 2026 looks nothing like that. It's actually the easiest it's ever been to get into and way faster to get good at. The way it works is there's online businesses that already have an offer that people want. Okay, the business, they pay for all the ads, the marketing, the lead generation. They get all the people to come in and say, hey, I like what you're doing, I want in. And those people or those leads, they end up booking a call on your calendar. So your job is to take that call over Zoom and help the person who already raised their hand, who's already pre-interested, and you help them get over the finish line. And every time you do, you get paid a percent of that sale. And that percent is the part that changes everything, because these aren't $20 products. These are offers that cost a few $1,000s. So that single sale can put more in your pocket than a full week at most jobs. And this is called high ticket sales. And this is the skill that allowed me to make more money than I ever thought was possible. Because your money stops being tied to how many hours you can squeeze out of the day and starts being tied to how good you get. Now let me be clear about what that even is. Because it's not you cold calling some stranger and twisting their arm into buying something that they don't even want. Again, it's the person on the other end who already watched the offer, already felt the pull, and booked the call themselves. So they're already halfway to a yes before you're ever opening your mouth. All you're doing is figuring out where they currently are, where they want to be, and presenting the solution to their problem as the offer that you're selling, which is the whole job. And there's a huge misconception that sales is pushy, but this isn't pushy. It's more so guiding people and helping them, not selling them. And real quick, if you're getting value out of this, go ahead and tap that like button so I know it's actually helping you. And go ahead and subscribe while you're here so you never miss another one of these videos. Now, another thing that you do not need is a personal brand or any sort of following on your own, because you're essentially borrowing the business owner's brand, their audience, and their ad budget, which means women with 0 followers get paid the exact same as a woman with 1 million. And the best part is you can do all of this from your own laptop from anywhere in the world you feel like being that week, living the exact life you want while making more money than most of the men around you. And once you have it, this is a skill that no man, no boss, and no economy can ever take from you. But I need to be very transparent about something, because what you see online from most gurus is $20,000 a month working 2 hours a day on a beach, and that's just not real. I've heard so many girls promise you that it's easy and you can train for a little while, take 2 to 3 calls, and that alone will make you $20K a month. But I can tell you that's not how it goes at all. Unless you walk in an absolute genius at sales, which almost nobody does, it's just not realistic. And on this channel, I'm always going to be real with you guys, because I know exactly what it feels like to be sold a fantasy and then to live the reality and realize it looks nothing like what they sold you, especially in the beginning. In the beginning, I was grinding 10 hours a day and more to actually get to where I wanted to be. But once you get good, it doesn't take that time anymore. And the money, it pays you unlike anything else you could be doing at your age. So if you just do what I said in this video, you're already gonna be above the most people around you in just a couple of months of hard work. Except you'd also be doing it from your laptop with no degree, no experience, and on a very similar skill set I built getting doors slammed in my face, just with warm leads and far bigger paychecks. So So that's exactly how a woman can out-earn any man. And you can literally start doing this today. If you want the full roadmap laid out, A to Z, step by step, I'm putting together a complete guide that walks you through exactly how to get started in remote sales from zero. It should be out within the next few weeks, so subscribe to my channel so you don't miss that one. Or if you're watching this in the future, check out the link in my description. It's 100% free. Now, what's gonna be a little bit more uncomfortable, especially in the beginning, is that most of the calls you're gonna be taking might be with a man, sometimes older than you, sometimes with more money and more experience than you. That's exactly where most women get very anxious and they quit on their dream life because it feels so uncomfortable. But what if I told you that being a woman is actually your advantage on that call, not your disadvantage? And if you want to learn the secrets to having authority and selling to men, go watch this next video right here and I'll see you over there.